What up, cucks? It's your boy, The Hater. And as usual, for these few days, it's time for yet another episode of Hater Outdoors, motherfuckers. Hater Outdoors. This was a video that was accompanied by a donation, but that's not why I did it. I did it because it was a great video idea. Pardon me. As a matter of fact, it's kind of odd that I haven't done this video in my 25 reasons. I even did a video on like fucking, I did another video on CM Punk, but I didn't do a video on the great one himself. The Rock, motherfucks. So let's go down memory lane and explain why The Rock is awesome in this week's, or this days, I should say, because we're doing these all the time now. But I'm trying to do it once a week, the 25 reasons. 25 reasons why The Rock kicks ass, all right? Number one, before I start the reasons, I should start by saying this. The Rock was instrumental in the hater's childhood. He was instrumental in the childhood of millions of children back then, right? The hater in 6th grade moved to a new school, right? I moved to a good school, motherfucks. I mean, I was in a good elementary school, but the middle school that elementary school fed to wasn't as good. So my mom moved us, and we went to a good area. And I went to a really good middle school and high school, right? Which is why the hater is as charming and intelligent as you see him today, cucks. But in this new school, the hater was the new kid. And a lot of people were trying to bully the hater. So the hater turned around and called these two guys jabronis, right? And then they tried to make fun of me because I liked The Rock. This was in what, 2002? So wrestling was still awesome. Or 2003 maybe, right? No, wait. No, this must have been like, I don't remember. It must have been like 99 actually. So wrestling was like at its peak. So later on, one of these guys, let's call them Donahoe. Donahoe became not a rival of the haters, but someone that I just never got along with. Years later, we're in high school. I go to see Raw by myself. Who do I see? Donahoe. The same guy that was telling the hater The Rock sucks was out there watching like fucking Maven and shit. You know what I'm saying? Get the fuck out of here. Everybody loved The Rock. So with that being said, let's get to the reasons. Reason number one, he has an awesome name. The name The Rock is automatically interesting. The inflection with which he says it, The Rock, is also interesting, right? If you're turning on the channel and you hear Mitchell Cole say, up next we have Mankind versus The Rock, you're automatically going to pause and think to yourself, whoa, I need to watch that. Now, if you fast forward, 25 years to today, and you hear the other Michael Cole, the other Mitchell Cole, the one that they have in NXT, and he says, up next, it's going to be Damon Kemp versus Tyler Bate. You're going to be like, oh, sounds lame, and you're going to keep turning the channels. You heard? Reason number two, The Rock fits the mold of a champion, right? He's big, he's a good-looking guy, and he's always been in shape, including to this day. Reason number three, he is possibly the most charismatic person ever. Let's go over the most charismatic people of our species of all time. All right, we've got Christian Cage, Johnny Depp, The Hater, The Rock. That's about it, motherfucks. Maybe you can throw in like one of these world leaders, like the guy, the former, PM of Singapore, Hitler. Obviously he's a piece of shit, but he was charismatic. Obama, I never liked the guy, but he was charismatic. But that's about it. All those guys fall short of The Rock, including The Hater, motherfucks, who might be number two. Reason number four, The Rock bottom is a solid finisher, right? It comes out of nowhere, it looks devastating, and he can do it to anybody. So it's a solid finisher with a solid name. The Rock bottom, motherfucks. It sounds badass, it has good connotations, and it connects to the fact that the person that's doing it is called The Rock. Then, if we talk about The Rock bottom, we must talk about reason five. The most electrifying move in sports and entertainment today, the People's Elbow. The People's Elbow is amazing, okay? It's one of the greatest moves ever, and it is a move that shows that The Rock fundamentally understands wrestling, right? It's just like the Hogan leg drop, right? It's basically 85% theatrics, then he feigns the leg drop and drops the elbow, right? It's a good move. It's a powerful looking move because it's just a dude dropping his elbow on you. And of course, the best part is the theatrics, which makes the move exciting and electrifying. Reason number six, he is the absolute best at burying people, right? One great example of this is when Y2J made his debut. A lot of people think it's one of the best debuts of all time. Personally, I remember watching this live, and it was pretty good. I'm not going to lie. I didn't know who Jericho was, but a lot of fans had Jericho signs. And Jericho went toe-to-toe, quote-unquote, with The Rock. But a lot of people think, they're like, oh, The Rock pushed Jericho to the main event because we have this revisionist history from people that didn't watch back then. No, what happened was The Rock buried Jericho in the promo completely, and Jericho was forced to feud with like Road Dogg and Shamrock on Sunday Night Heat for a long time before he became a mid-carder, right? But the way that The Rock buried him was after Jericho went on his mini rant and did his little, taunts and facial expressions. The Rock stoically got the mic and he said, and I quote, "After 3 boring minutes, The Rock says, know your role and shut your mouth," right? And that was it. That was all she wrote. Reason number 7, he let that jobber, Cody Rhodes, have his moment, all right? Reason number 8, as a result of reason number 7, The Rock single-handedly saved WrestleMania with his presence. The Rock could have done one of 2 things. Number 1, he could have said, Triple H, here's how it's going to go down. I'm in the main event because I'm The Rock. If you ever want to see me here again, I'm in the main event. Could have done that. Or 2, he could have taken his ball and gone home. But he did neither. He became a company man, and he helped make WrestleMania palpable. In my personal opinion, if it weren't for The Rock, this would go down, bar none, as the worst WrestleMania ever. And now it's like one of the worst WrestleManias ever. Reason number 9, he has main evented multiple Manias that have been memorable, all right? First of all, the one that he main evented against Stone Cold, I think it was WrestleMania 17. WrestleMania 2000, very memorable. And of course, the underrated WrestleMania 29. Reason number 10, know your role and shut your mouth is a great catchphrase. Reason number 11, if you smell what The Rock is cooking. The hater's shouting and losing his voice, cucks. Reason number 12, it doesn't matter what you think, is also a great catchphrase. Reason number 13, Hollywood Rock is an awesome gimmick. And even though the changes between regular ass Rock, the People's Champ Rock that is, and Hollywood Rock are small, they serve a new gimmick. New entrance music, new demeanor, new lines, new jokes, new attitude, new everything. And furthermore, it's an actual gimmick, right? He is no longer the People's Champion. He is now too good for the people, right? It is a great gimmick, and honestly, people should study it to understand what a gimmick is and isn't. Reason number 14, the People's Champ is also an awesome gimmick, right? Everybody loved The Rock. He was the man of the people, and they would chant his name. Reason number 15, cucks, corporate Rock is an awesome gimmick. The sellout Rock, the coward, it was great. Reason number 16, his mannerisms are great. From the eyebrow to the little, if you smell what The Rock is cooking, where he just smells the air and closes his eyes, to just his, the way he turns his head, it was all very, very well done. Reason number 17, easy big fella, is a great catchphrase as well. Reason number 18, going along with that, he put over the Hurricane. And while people think this is not a big deal, the Hurricane then went on to become like European champion and become a star. And the Hurricane then transformed himself into Gregory Helms, which was unfortunately cut short by an injury. But I maintain that if Gregory Helms hadn't gotten injured, he would have become a WWE champion. Reason number 19, his feud with John Cena was awesome, right? Now, I will be honest. Part of the reason why his feud was awesome was because The Rock benefits from the ability to say whatever the fuck he wants. So he can go there and he can pretty much make fun of John Cena with things that other people can't make fun of him for. But this was a balanced feud because Cena also has that booking power, right? So he was able to talk about things that, that pertain to The Rock that were great. My personal favorite, in my opinion, one of the greatest lines ever delivered, John Cena said, he's going to beat him, whatever. He's going to beat his ass sore or whatever, right? And he was like, you're going to need surgery for your face just like you had it on your boobies, right? Because The Rock definitely got that gyno surgery, according to Cena. And basically, he's like, you got boob surgery. Like, don't fucking talk to me like we're equals. Great line. Reason number 20, a modern reason and a personal favorite of the haters. Look at you now, slap. Look at you now, kick. Look at you now, beating him with a belt on Cody Rhodes. Reason number 21, Mama Rhodes wants a piece of The Rock's strudel. You know what I'm saying? No doubt about it. Mama Rhodes. The Rock made that happen and put it over. Reason 22, he had complete crowd control. There's this particular promo, he did this a lot, but there was one particular one where Michael Cole is interviewing The Rock backstage. And The Rock just comes out of the dressing room and Michael Cole asks some boring ass question. The Rock puts the mic down and he says, "Quiet, Michael. They are chanting his name." And everyone starts chanting, "Rocky, Rocky." When I was a kid, I went to a Raw in like 1998 or 1999, right? And one of my friends that came with me, he was a little older. It was me and these two friends of mine and their dad. He was a little bit older, right? So he was more of a DX guy. But when The Rock came out, he too started chanting Rocky. He had no choice, cucks. Reason number 23, The Rock concert. The Rock doesn't need to do this, but he does. The Rock concert rules. Reason number 24, he was and is massively mainstream. Now, this is a simple reason, but an important one, right? The fact of the matter is, cuckolds, that being mainstream is what being the WWE champion is all about. If you can't be mainstream, like everybody else now, like Cody Rhodes, you'll never be a real respected wrestler. And The Rock was the most mainstream guy of all time from wrestling. And honestly, he's like the highest paid Hollywood actor. He really is like Mr. Mainstream. And finally, reason 25, The Rock and Sock connection, motherfucks. What a great tag team that was. The segments they had were awesome, right? That moment when The Rock's sunglasses fell to the ground, to the canvas, and Mick Foley picked them up and gave them to The Rock. It almost made The Rock break character, and The Rock said, "The Rock thanks you for that." All of that, their title runs, them beating the New Age Outlaws, them destroying the New Age Outlaws after that when Mick Foley was rebranded as Cactus Jack. All of that made for some great moments from my childhood and the childhood of millions and millions of The Rock's fans, cuckolds. This was a very enjoyable video to make. I channeled my inner Rock, and I really loved it. So thank you, guy who requested this video, and thank all y'all for watching this, motherfucks.